What is going on, everyone? Welcome in here to the Oregon Ducks Live, right here on the Voice of College Football. I am having some mic issues or something. I'm not sure what's happening right now. And ignore the brace. That is a story for another day. So we're here to talk about multiple things tonight. Spaz might be joining us later. He's having some technical difficulties. Let's put it that way. His wife beats him. I'm kidding. So yeah, let's get into some stories. We're in the dead season, obviously. Football wise, especially information and news. But it has not been a pretty off season for the Ducks so far. It really has not been. It has been pretty brutal. I see you, Jackson. Yeah, it's been rough. It has been rough, to say the least. I guess on one bright note here, I will say, and this is basketball related. So one good thing for the Oregon Ducks, basketball wise, is Nate Biddle is returning. He has decided to forego the NBA draft and return for a final year with the Ducks. And I know Spencer McLaughlin of Lockdown Ducks will be extremely excited about that because that was needed. Otherwise, next year's Ducks basketball team, I don't know what to think about it. It was going to be pretty bleak. So Biddle coming back is huge for the Ducks basketball team. Don't forget Oregon baseball and Oregon softball. Yeah, they're still playing. They're hot. They're still going. Minus that Nebraska game. Men's baseball. Come on. What the hell was that? Blown out by Nebraska. Jesus. And shout out Liberty. Shout out Liberty. Having to play Oregon in 3 different sports in the postseason and losing every time. Shout out to Liberty. God, they have to hate seeing Oregon. Good Lord. So, let's get into the bad news here. As if anyone's been on X or Twitter or pays any attention to recruiting cycles, it has not been pretty for Oregon. Oregon, I thought we had just corrected things. I thought Oregon had just gotten back on ground on a steady path in the recruiting cycle. But no. After everything, the last commit, 5-star commit Wesley, has apparently decommitted from Oregon. Even after the whole pool video and all that. And I know before people get into it, relax. I know USC, the trolls are all over the internet about this. As soon as that video came out when he committed, it was known that his parents apparently were not 100% on board or in agreement with the commitment or knew it was happening. Apparently, there's multiple stories behind that. So they said, "Oh, now it's he decommitted," but now they're going, "No, it's 90% Ducks. He just wants to do other visits." I don't know. I'm not going to panic over this. If a kid wants to go look at other schools, take his official visits, let him do it. Not going to panic over it. It's just amazing that all the other fan bases are, of course, they're taking their opportunity to, take shots at Oregon. And those are fan bases who have literally been barely, hovering above 500 every year in win-loss. So suck it, USC. That's pretty much all I can say on that. But yeah, it's not going good. I don't know. The summer is coming up. This is when some other recruits are gonna, start kind of more formally making their commitments. And obviously, Oregon has missed on a couple, but they still have a bunch of other big targets they're looking at. The Ryder Lions for quarterback. I'm going to butcher this name as always. I don't know why I cannot remember. Ianacho, the tackle out of Maryland. There are a bunch of big targets coming up. Safety Arrington, I believe. Is he safety or is he a cornerback? Might be a safety. Maybe a cornerback. A 5-star Arrington. Oregon's shooting high. So the point is they're going to miss some, but they're going to hit a few. And guess what? They're those type of targets that if you hit, you know that they should be difference makers. And I think that's the point. You're going to miss on a few. But if you don't shoot high, you don't know. And I apologize if you hear me like burping or hiccuping. I don't know where that came from. It literally started like 5 minutes ago, and it's not going to go away. It's one of those things. It's like you can't get rid of that. So I think Wesley's still safe. We'll see, though, coming up. I guess in the sense of this show, though, what we wanted to do is we've talked about it on the After Dark show, specifically because Jackson wanted to lose his freaking mind. And I don't blame him. And we've talked about it before. Should, with all the news coming out, if USC does not renew the rivalry with Notre Dame and Oregon, for instance, Oregon State, as far as I'm aware, is not scheduled past 2026. Should Oregon schedule Notre Dame as a non-conference? I'm going to call it rivalry, but it's more to stick it to USC. I mean, why not? Why not? This is the hypothetical, people. Relax. I already got enough comments earlier. I posted in a Facebook thing, and immediately all the comments were like, no. I get it. I understand where they're coming from. I understand where, multiple people are coming from on this thing. But if USC doesn't continue the rivalry with Notre Dame, and Oregon and Oregon State aren't continued, yes, using the term rivalry is a bit extreme. But it's like the traditional old school blue blood versus the new school kids in the Ducks. I think that would be pretty sweet. One, very young head coaches, right? In their third and fourth years. Could you imagine the gold domes against the chrome helmets? Whew. Everyone would be blinded watching that thing. Ooh. Quality opponents on both sides. So, again, strong competition. I think it makes sense. And again, if Notre Dame's going to potentially lose USC, why not schedule another at least decent opponent like Oregon? Why not? Oregon and Notre Dame have zero history together. I mean, basically almost none. Oregon has played Notre Dame twice in their history. Can anyone think when Oregon played Notre Dame less? Yes, yeah, well, yes. Notre Dame, I think Notre Dame would prefer to play Michigan, but Michigan, when is Notre Dame scheduled to play Michigan coming up? 2032? Something like that? Is it 2032? Something like that. It's not for a little while. That's when they have their kind of renewal of their home and home or whatever. 2030 or 2032, something like that. It's somewhere in that range. I'd have to definitely double down on it. And you're correct, though. You are correct. This is the powers to be in a way squeezing Notre Dame to join a conference. And if it had to be a conference, it's going to be the Big Ten. The worst thing Notre Dame could do for themselves is join the ACC fully. There's no way in hell they're going to do that. Not with the way the ACC looks. That would be an absolute disaster. So it would be the Big Ten. God damn it, Clint. No, we just talked about the Clint. You're late. I already went over this like 7 minutes ago. He's 90% with Oregon. It's just his parents are school shopping. Oh, I'm assuming it's for NIL. That's the days we live in with recruiting these days. Who's got the biggest bag? Which also shows that Oregon's not just throwing dollars at anyone. Kind of like fair price, like it or don't, kind of thing. I guess. I don't know. So there you go. I don't know. Yeah. The kid's all in. I think it's his parents, to be honest. But yeah. what is happening in the chat right now? All the recent one guy decommits allegedly, but then even their parents say no, it's still 90% ducks. Even their parents just said they're all 90% ducks. They're just shopping. That's the world of recruiting these days. They're just shopping around. I don't know about that. Usually, if you were committed initially, you decommitted for whatever reason, whether it's to shop around, look around. You didn't have to decommit. You could have still gone and visited other schools. Unlike the USC linebacker who left because they didn't want him looking around. So I don't know. This is the world of recruiting that everyone's living in these days. Unfortunately, I don't know. I'm not a recruit. I'm not a recruiter. I can't speak to the mindset of the kid or the family or their conversations. When he committed, it seemed like the family didn't quite, they weren't on board with it. I guess that's what it sounded like after he initially committed. The family wasn't on board. I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation. Yes, Trojan. I see you down here. Yes. We had another guy flip to BYU too. The one good thing I will say is that despite losing these type of commits, whatever, getting the flips, we had them all. So that just means either they didn't see playing time, they didn't see something, or another school just outbid them. Hey, buy it. By all means, that's the world we live in these days. If a school wants to pay more, that's kind of how it works. That's what people wanted. That's what people got. So I'm not gonna blame a kid, or they got to make some money, rack it up while they can, rack it up while they can. Half of them will, well, not half. Fuck, 85% of them will never see the league or make another dime off football. So rack it up while they can, you know? I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Hey, Will, I sent you the link. Check your Discord. Actually, why did you on here? I sent you the link earlier. Get up here. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk Ducks versus the Catholics. Let's do it. Yeah, again, this is the world we're living in right now. Nothing. We don't know how this is going to go. Like, congratulations on the Trojans for having so many recruits, some very talented recruits, and some potential, what do you want to say? Ones you can work on, projects, basically, so to say. 20-30% of them are going to leave before the signing day. No, my mic's not fading. I'm just kind of, I'm moving around a little bit. That's my bad, Troy. That's my bad. I apologize for that. Let me move it. There we go. Maybe that's a little better. That's probably on my end. Sorry. I'm also tired. And I didn't plan on doing this show solo. So there's that too. So back to what we were talking about. Hopefully Will heard that that invite. I sent him the link if he wanted to jump on the show and talk about the maybe Oregon scheduling Notre Dame. But yeah, that too. He's being a little bitch tonight. Yes, that is true. That is true, Trojan. Could you imagine that? That might be like one of. I would not be against it, but that would be one of the funniest things. Notre Dame gets forced into the Pac-2. That would be funny. Not going to happen, but that would be hysterical. I don't know how that would happen, but hey, I'd be here to watch the fireworks. Oh man. Hey Clint, have you heard any info? Since you're here, Clint, has Oregon State and Oregon scheduled more games beyond next year or beyond 2025? I haven't heard anything. I thought we had 2026 scheduled, but apparently not. I thought we did like 3 years in advance or something like that, but apparently not. I don't know. Well, yes. Spaz is off camera eating today. He's being a glutton in privacy because he's ashamed of himself. I would be too. That is correct. And I don't know, Trojan. Man, I don't know. I have heard back and forth from Notre Dame fans, from Trojan fans. I have heard of this all around. I don't even care. I just go, this is the thing about college football that I hate, though, these days is the rivalries ending. I hate it. Whether you're a fan of a team, not a fan of this rivalry, whatever. I just hate it, though. It's just not, it's not good sport, you know? That's the thing I hate. But you're in luck, Trojan, because I have a certain bearded Irishman over here about to counter your argument there because thank God someone wants to do a show with me tonight.
Mm-hmm.
There he is.
What's up?
What is up with this viewing? What is up with it? I don't not like the new StreamYard.
It's weird. Why can't I hear you? Well, I gotta figure this out. No, it should work.
It's the view on StreamYard is
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, maybe this is better too. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want that. I don't know. We're just leaving it. We're just leaving it like we're just leaving it like that. I don't know. It's the new StreamYard setup and thing is absolutely stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely stupid. How are you doing, Will?
Doing good. I was just watching the Cover 3 Notre Dame intro. They did a pretty good job talking about the team. So now I was checking out my YouTube and then
I sent you the link earlier because
I don't have. I should turn on notifications for Discord, but I'm in so many like Discords I don't look at. I turned it off.
I don't get on Discord at all, except to drop the After Dark thing and then the message you earlier. I haven't been on in like 6-7 weeks otherwise. But Spaz was like, "Oh, you should invite Will." I was like, "That's a great freaking idea," because I'd had already the show idea, and he was like, "I was like, that's a great idea," and then Spaz didn't show up. So, so what do you think, Will?
I think it would be like if Oregon would like approach Notre Dame, they're like, "Hey, we could do the same thing that USC did with Notre Dame." I think Notre Dame would definitely listen because it's like they want to get the West Coast to visit the West Coast guys and have them come to the game.
Well, that's what I kind of was thinking. Was like if for some reason, and again, I don't want it to end, even if I'm not a fan of either team or the rivalry, whatever. It's just one of those like, it sucks for college football to see something like that end for whatever dumb reasons, whether it be USC bailing out of it, which really it seems like they've been trying to do that for like a year, really, or whatever purposes. But yeah, if Oregon could step in, if Oregon and Oregon State for some reason didn't continue, which I don't know, why not just go, hey, Notre Dame, yeah, we'll take that spot. We'll do it every year, home and home, no problem. Quality opponents, old versus new, so to say, you know, like
kind of like the Notre Dame Miami in the '80s, old versus new.
God, yeah, it's like could you imagine the gold versus the chrome in a glaring sunlight at like 2 p.m.?
That would be actually insane.
Someone might have a seizure.
Yeah,
it might be too much, actually. But two young coaches, going at it. Both are very fierce in their own way on the sideline.
Yeah. I mean, there's that. I can see it. I can see it now.
And again, I was trying to say earlier, and I kept getting distracted by the chat, but Oregon and Notre Dame have like basically zero history.
They had a home and a home, right? I think they
did.
Tied 1 year under Faust, and I think the Irish won under Devine.
It was October 16th, 1976.
76. So that was the year Joe Montana was hurt.
And it was we lost 0-41.
41, yeah.
And then in 1982, we tied 13-13.
Yeah.
A disgusting 13-13 game.
Yeah.
Both of them were disgusting, actually. That's our history.
Yeah.
So I mean, it basically be starting all over, starting fresh. I mean, why?
I mean, it would be a real like. It would really make USC look soft if you accepted the what.
There you go. That's what I'm looking at. Also, I want to take a shot at USC. Like, oh, you don't want it? All
Yeah,
right, we'll take it. We'll take it. That's fine. We ain't scared. We don't need a free win like Lincoln Riley's searching for. Although you guys are just lucky. Last year there was 2 pick sixes from like 99 yards. That was Jaden Mayava though. So fresh there. I would do it.
I'm curious if he starts for them or. I mean, I'm assuming he's going to start for them though. But
I would think so. You just ran off your other quarterback. What? Because we're playing Oklahoma State this year? What?
I guess you played Texas Tech a little bit ago with Bo.
Yeah, we went to Texas Tech in 2022 because I was at that game. Or no, 2023. I was at that game. 2024, Texas Tech was coming to Autzen, but they rescheduled. They rescheduled so that Oregon State could be scheduled to keep the rivalry. And this year we have Oklahoma State. They're doing their rounds. In a couple of years we have like Baylor and stuff like that. So they're doing their like Big 12 rounds. That's all scheduled, 10 years in advance.
Yeah.
Crap. So if Oregon State were to fall off, though, that would open the spot for Notre Dame if they and USC don't continue. And I'm kind of like, yeah, we should grab that. I think that would be a win for both schools.
It would be.
Quality opponents. And home. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm all for it. I still don't know who this is. I still have no idea who this is.
I was on Tim's show, and then apparently Tim's like new show, and like I was kind of going hard on USC for ducking the game, and then the guy that called in after me was like a coach, that played for USC under Carroll, and he was like, "Who does this Will think he is?" Like he was like insanely agitated by what I said.
Oh man, I want to go. So I just try to be nice to USC people right now because they're having a good off season right now. But when they go 6-6 again,
it'll be interesting to see if they can actually hold on to all their guys.
Yeah. Oh, they're not going to hold on to all of them. There's like 25% they're going to decommit. I mean, that's just how any recruiting class goes. You lose people, Here you go.
I mean, it's always been middle of the year, end of the year.
It has been. I've always called USC soft because they don't want to go to South Bend in November.
In the winter, yeah, they quit that. Yeah, so we moved it to October, where the weather's usually pretty nice in South Bend. I mean, they're saying they don't want to go like Notre Dame, then Big Ten championship, but like Ohio State plays Michigan, then Big Ten championship.
Yeah, I know Notre Dame would like to play Michigan more than anything, but what is it, 2032?
Something like that, yeah.
2030, 2032, something.
I know Marcus wanted to bring it back yearly, but I think Big Ten's trying to play hard to get with that.
Well, and they were mentioning that's forcing Notre Dame to kind of squeezing Notre Dame into it with the USC exit potential, kind of squeezing you into this conference thing. And I even said earlier, I was like, well, Notre Dame joined the ACC, that'd be a joke. It's going to be the Big Ten. If they had to join a conference, it's going to be the Big Ten. You're already there, and the
Mhm.
ACC is a joke in comparison.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think they are.
I mean, we'll see if Clemson and Miami could take a step forward.
That's fair.
I mean, Nebraska isn't what they were in the. This isn't any Tom Osborne, Nebraska, but it is like I'll give it to you that they did put the Michigan game right. We'll see how good Michigan is this year if they can bounce back. If Underwood's actually going to be ready to go.
Yeah, I agree with Clemson, Miami. Well, also you have the Florida State, but I think Michigan did Notre Dame screw themselves by signing that like 10 or 12-year deal about playing Clemson, Florida State, and Miami? Because I mean, Florida State just literally went 2-10, and they should have probably gone 1-11. Really.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the Florida State thing might have been bad. I mean, they can't be. I don't know. We'll see if they can get their act together.
You would hope they can't be that bad that often. Yeah, any team that's that bad, holy crap! But Clemson's always at least steady. Miami is. We'll see. I don't think offensively they're going to be that good. Defensively, they should be improved, but still, is that worth not joining them the Big Ten? You know, kind of thing. Like, I know Notre Dame wants to be independent, so. Oh, that's a good point too. Well, the ACC exists in 12.
We'll see. 2031, maybe the end of the ACC.
Yeah, I was like, probably not.
We'll see. We'll see what Pete Vaca can do.
Well, then where do those teams go? I would assume most of them will go to the SEC, just regionally. But I know, obviously, every conference has their own interests. So. Like, why the Big Ten wants North Carolina so badly, I have no idea.
It's because of the academics.
In basketball, I guess, yeah. Super conferences, great. Hey, for 131st passing offense in the nation to win 8 games, pretty good. Pretty good. That's pretty good. Notre Dame expects to have a better offense this year. I've heard a lot of that. I mean, it's no disrespect to Riley Leonard, but it was not the greatest passing quarterback. That was not really his specialty.
But I mean, we got 3 to 4 like receivers that should do pretty well this year. With Malachi Fields from Virginia, he was Virginia's like only decent player last year, and we got him and then we got Jane Greathouse, who popped off again in the playoffs, and Jordan Faison, who's always pretty steady, and then Will Pauling from Wisconsin. So passing offense should be much better with CJ Carr at the wheel, and not Riley Leonard.
Yeah, and it is going to be. I think it is safe from everything I've heard. It should be CJ Carr. Obviously, after oh my God, your backup last year, he moved on.
Steve Angeli moved on to Syracuse.
Yeah, Steve Angeli. Thank you. God, I was like,
it would be hilarious if Steve Angeli beats Tennessee week 1 and they chose Aguilar over him. That would be hilarious.
It would also be funny if he beat Notre Dame.
It would be funny if he on senior day.
Yeah. Like he goes for like 500 yards.
I could see him having a good game. But I mean, I don't know. Our secondary is really good, and they lost Pena. They lost Pena to Penn State.
It would be funny though. It would be like,
wow,
revenge. Not revenge, but I'm sure there's no hard feelings. No.
Like, all
right, move on. Could Syracuse revive 2 former quarterbacks though? Kyle McCord and then Angeli. Could they do it?
I think Steve can have a good year there.
I mean, it could be. I mean, Oregon lost a backup quarterback to Tulane, and he became a tight end because they couldn't even do anything with him. So, And he was a former 5-star.
Mm-hmm.
Angeli was a 4-star, though, right? Was he a
4-star?
Yeah.
Lower 4-star.
Okay. I've looked into some of his stats. I've listened to way too many football podcasts this offseason. I can't keep track of all the information. It's impossible. So what do you think with Notre Dame this year? How do you see you guys going?
Probably 11-1. I mean, I would love 12-0, but probably 11-1.
Is that more competence in the defense or the offense?
I think yes, Troy. I actually was at a lacrosse game this year, and I saw him. He was playing.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, this should be the best offense, if not one of the best offensive lines in college football. I think they should be able to block pretty well for CJ. And I mean, the running game is going to be just as good as it was last year. Not with the quarterback, but with like Love, Price, Williams.
Well, yeah, you have Love coming back, and that's
yeah.
You can have a dependable guy you can rely on, who also knows the blocking scheme, which is huge for protecting the quarterback. Picking up blitzes and stuff like that. That's
and
huge.
I mean, even though like Xavier Watts is gone, like Mike Mickens is probably the best defensive backs coach right now in college football. Now that Saban retired, and the linebackers are going to be great. D tackles is a little scary. Like they're going to run like a 6-man rotation on D tackles, so that's a little scary for the Miami game. But I think they'll get better.
I am tired. A little tired hearing the Notre Dame fans keep saying that raucous atmosphere at Miami. I'm like, have you seen?
They'll show up. They sold out the 2017 game, which didn't go so well. And it was loud then, but
that is true. It's basically the first game of the year. So it's like, they probably will fill it up pretty good.
They'll fill it up.
Like generally, if you look at that stadium,
it's pathetic.
Yeah, it's sad.
But they'll fill it up. But I think we'll probably end up winning. It'll probably be like the A&M game. Like we'll probably pull away and win by 2 scores.
That is true, Trojan. That is true. The refs gave Miami about 3 wins last year. That is true. 100% true.
But yeah, I think we'll beat Miami, and then we'll have a week, and then we'll play A&M.
Yeah, what a weird schedule.
What a weird schedule. So hopefully take care of A&M, and then get pretty much a bye week again with Purdue. And then
is A&M going to be better? I
don't know.
I haven't seen much about A&M.
I've looked more into Miami than A&M, but they have the running quarterback. He'll probably be better.
I would think so. And Elko is a good coach.
Yes. I just don't think Bateman's a great defensive coordinator, which is weird. Like they can be had at defense with their coordinating.
I know, which is weird because Elko's a defensive guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could argue the same thing. It's like with us with Lanny, and we have Tosh Lupoy, and Lanny's a defensive guy, and you're like, okay, the defense got better, and then there's still those games where you're like, what?
Yeah, like the Penn State game, I'm like, what's going on?
I know. Couldn't stop the run to save our lives. Absolutely could not stop the run. Amazing stuff. I don't know. No, they did. A&M had to face Sellers, and they got absolutely freaking burnt by. What did they lose to? Oh, Notre Dame.
I mean, we didn't have to face that Luther guy. Yeah, I mean that's why. Like, I think our linebackers are going to be good enough. Like our linebackers when we played Caleb in 22, not athletic enough, and Caleb won his Heisman. But now our linebackers, I think, will be able to with who we have now at linebacker, with Marcus's recruits, I think we'll be all right. Yeah. But he'll cause us some problems. But I mean, Notre Dame at night, like we usually play like 6 points better in night home games than we do.
That is true. You're at home.
I mean, even at Ohio State game, we freaking choked. I mean, like Ohio State was way better than us, and we still almost won.
You guys just have to stop having those Northern Illinois games.
No Northern Illinois things this year. That's why I'm saying there's one loss, and it's going to be something stupid, probably.
Yeah, you don't
like Pitt on the road or something like that.
Oh, woof. Yeah, those are the ones you gotta avoid. Those are those ones that are like they're mind numbing, where you're just like, how does that happen? Especially after everything else you do the whole year, and it's just it doesn't make sense. Every team has those losses though, or that one opponent where you just don't expect it, like overlook them, whatever. Every team, to a degree, somewhat has those. It's
Purdue will be this year's NIU. Troy, I will freaking jump off a bridge if we lose to Purdue.
Hey, Barry Odom. Barry Odom's a good coach, but
he's good, but no,
Purdue should be a dumpster fire. It's such a rebuild. It's such a rebuild. I swear to God, if Purdue beats a big team, I will absolutely laugh, though. I will laugh. Not Notre Dame necessarily, but any bigger team they play, I will.
We haven't lost to Purdue since freaking Charlie Weiss's 3-9 year in 2007. So freaking Charlie. One of my favorite all-time YouTube names in the Notre Dame community is Charlie Weiss's last belt lube. It's a classic.
That's why I just get this terrible image in my mind every time I hear Charlie Weiss's name. I'm like, yikes. That's a custom belt.
Yeah.
That was all custom clothing.
Yeah, I know. We lost last year. But
Troy.
then we
beat everyone.
Beat everyone else except you, Troy. Yeah.
When was the last time you beat Michigan, Troy? Ouch. Ouch.
Before that, never. No. I think that was our first time playing them.
Was that the first time playing NIU?
I can't remember another time. I'll look at Wikipedia.
I would have to.
I mean, I don't remember playing them.
I'd have to Google that. I'd be a little surprised that. I mean, it's Northern Illinois, so
we are 0-1 against Northern Illinois. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You would think you'd play those teams a little more often once in a while. But Trojan, I think a lot of teams, we have high expectations. Notre Dame has high expectations, maintain a level that they were at.
I mean, with everything that's around CJ Carr, like he's getting put in a place to succeed. If he fails, it's Gino Guidugli, the quarterback coach. He's got to be on the chopping block. Because with everything around him, like he should be fine.
Well, it's the same. It's the same as Oregon. Like here's we just lost so much off that team, but they brought in the right people. But now you have a guy that hasn't really started more than literally 5 games in college and was benched basically. So you got the pieces. You have the standards set. You expect this. What are you going to get, though? And until we see it on the field, paper-wise, screams good. But
I mean, the thing is, Trojan fight. Miami secondary was dog bleep last year. So, I mean, I know they got a couple portal guys, but like, he should be able to throw the ball against Miami.
What secondary? Did they have a defense on the field? I'm pretty sure Iowa State put up like 40, 45 on them, even. This is true.
I mean, if the season would be a massive failure for the Irish if they don't make the playoff. What wide receivers did you like Trojan fight? Like, did you see Greathouse against Penn State? I mean, Fields is a big time transfer. Like the receivers are the receivers. You couldn't see how good the receivers were because Riley Leonard wasn't that good of a downfield passer, but the receivers are much better. Last year there was a huge improvement with Greathouse and Faison, and then
Trojan Fight has to remember what wide receiver did Penn State throw to in their playoff game against Notre Dame? Oh, none.
Yeah, none. Yeah.
None. Not a catch by a wide receiver in that game.
They had good. Hey, they had a good workout. They had a good little cardio workout there in Miami.
That was the most mind-blowing stat to me, though. No catches by a wide receiver in that playoff game for Penn State. That was mind-blowing. Oh my God, what is this? I don't know. Underwood's never played college.
Yeah.
Carr has not played college either. Moore had a year under Chip Kelly. Now I had a year under Stein and behind Dylan Gabriel. So I would actually put Moore probably at least developmentally above them. But until we see it on the field, I guess I can't even argue it until we see the results on the field. I'm not even going to argue it. Just not going to. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. What's your favorite game? Are you going to the games this year?
I do. I am. Will be at the Southern Cal game.
You will be at the Southern Cal. Oh, nice. I'm sorry that. Oh well, it's in South Bend though. So.
Yeah, it's in South Bend. Yeah.
I was about to say, I'm sorry that you're going to LA. That's terrible, but it's in South Bend, so a little better. Is there any game that you're specifically looking forward to other than the Southern Cal game?
I really would have freaking beat the crap out of Miami. Like I think it'll be a 2-score game, but man, if we could put up a big score on them, that would be.
I need to look at your schedule again. I have it pretty good in my head. I think that you almost need to run up the score a bit on a couple teams in the first 4 or 5 weeks, if you can, especially like in Miami or
to lock up the bye. Yeah,
run it
as long as they win,
because the second half of that schedule is where your bombs are coming in potentially, and as I've heard Notre Dame fans say, snooze fest the second half of the year. Boston College. Stanford.
I might try to go to the Pitt game. We'll see. If they're cheap, I might go up there.
That could be a good one. That could be a good one, actually. Pitt is a sneaky team.
Yeah.
I don't know how good they're going to be this year, but they can be one of those. Yikes! You know.
Yeah.
That could be like a. Oh God, no! Terrible! Never mind. Don't even think about it. I was thinking it could be like that Virginia Tech, Wake Forest game where it was like 3-0 overtime win. Yeah. Frank Beamer was so happy.
Yeah.
I was like, disgusting. Just I think Oregon and Notre Dame though should schedule a rivalry.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Screw USC. Don't even talk to them. I'm gonna call our president tomorrow and our athletic director and tell them to get on the phone. I mean, I won't get through to them, but I'll leave a voicemail or something. I've never been to. Where is South Bend, Indiana? I've been through Indiana, but I've not been through South Bend.
South Bend, it's gotten nicer there's more stuff to do in South Bend than there was 10 years ago. They've definitely built it up, the downtown area.
Okay. I was like, I've never been through. I've been through Indiana in parts of it, and I've been to like Indianapolis and stuff too, but I've never been through South Bend area. So I was like, I could see doing a Midwest road trip up there for a little home and home. I could go up there. Now I can't drink at Notre Dame Stadium though, can I?
They are. I think it's either this season or next season. They will be selling beers in the stadium.
Okay. I thought I had heard that. I thought
Yeah,
they were
it's
going
new.
to start it. Most stadiums had started it, so just don't go to Texas Tech. Those people are monsters. Flying beer cans and tortillas. I mean, they threw a damn beer at Jeffrey Boss after the pick six. Sam got hit in the face with a tortilla. What? Sam's not kissing up to anyone. He's somewhere. He's laying down somewhere. Typo. I mean, that was a typo. How was a Ben and Sam a typo? Damn it, Les. I'm not fucking up to the leprechauns. I'm just saying, I think it would be fun. And it would spite USC. That's more of my thing. Tell USC, suck it. Spoiled children. Will, you guys are having a great recruiting cycle, though.
Yeah, we're second or third. It depends on the website.
Which is pretty good. I do have to say, as I have to say, almost every show I do, it's early in the cycle.
It is early.
Calm down, everyone.
But I'm feeling better. Like, I don't know, people are feeling better about holding on to guys than they were in years past.
True. I think it's also like hey, congratulations USC on your 30 commits that don't even equal the average of people that have 10 other teams like composite rating. So congratulations. But a quarter of those are going to leave. It's just going to happen. Like it's Oregon, we're losing a bunch of kids. It's going to happen. You know, you lose people. Is this the comment that I commented on I commented on a thing about Kirby earlier, and I was like, God, I didn't know he had such hairy arms.
Kirby needs to spend less time complaining and more time teaching his players how to drive.
That too. Tell him stop speeding and doing shit like that. Like, oh man. I mean, it has been a month since I think they've had an issue, so that might be a record at this point.
Yeah. Good for them.
That was messed up, though. True, but messed up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was what it was. He said, he said he was paying them like they were paying some kids to stay in school to stay committed, like in high school, to stay committed to their commitment, like $20,000 a month.
That's nuts.
Which is insanity. But this is what we knew. We knew. I don't know if that's true or not, but I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew this was going to happen when they unleashed NIL without any formal regulation or caps. So. I don't know. I don't
know.
Who knows? It's probably not just one school or another. It's probably there's probably a few of them that are trying to do it. I don't know. All I say is the kids and their family make the money. You know, I mean, that's the whole idea, right?
Make the money, but also go to the place where you'll probably make more money. That'll help you make more money in the NFL.
Well, that too, and even before this, I said, hey, 85% of these guys are never going to see the NFL. So make it while you can, though. You know, at the same time, cash in as much as you can. But these guys that are making that much money, they have higher expectations, dude. This isn't your second or third string guy that's just trying to go, oh, I can make $50,000 a year. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is your top line guys. So, well, we need to get this Notre Dame Oregon rivalry.
Yeah.
We need to get it set up right here, right now. Everyone, call Oregon and Notre Dame University.
Mm-hmm.
Call the NCAA. Leave voicemails. Harass them. Tell them we need this done right now. Call Lincoln Riley. Tell them suck it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want it. Notre Dame doesn't need them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They got the new kids on the block of the last 30 years. Is that really new kids then? 30 years? I don't know. I don't think so. Anyways. All right, well. I appreciate you being up here. I think what we'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll shut it down.
All right. Cool.
And to everyone in the chat, I appreciate you guys being here. Oregon will continue to work on its recruiting woes and decommitments. And yeah, crap. Every time I think it's getting positive, something bad happens.
Yeah. See if Uncle Phil can get the money back out.
I'm just glad on the voiceofcollegefootball.com I didn't post the article about Oregon recruiting getting back on track. That
was Spaz?
No, that would have aged. No, that would have been mine, and that would have aged very poorly after.
No, I thought so. I thought it was already published.
No, oh thank God, no. That would have aged terribly.
Aged like milk, yeah.
That would have been awful. But everyone, check out the voiceofcollegefootball.com right there, vocfb.com. Get all your news updates, articles, and check out the forums for your team and conferences. And Will, where can people follow you? I know Jackson posted earlier. Let me find it.
Marcus_era on X. I haven't really uploaded crap since I started my job, but yeah, just follow me on Twitter and YouTube, Instagram if you want.
Yeah,
cool.
Right. And as everything, I see you, Trojan. I see. Well, it's not a bad method. It's not a bad strategy.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I trust in Lanning. He's proven he can get the guys he needs to plug and play and hold on to people he needs. So I'm not gonna be extremely concerned. This is the world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
So shut up, Frankie. Shut up. You're late. Anyways, Will, I appreciate you coming on here.
Yeah.
And
thanks, man.
Hopefully we can get a little rivalry thing going here, though.
Yeah.
I would love it. I would love it. It would be very fun, I think. As to everyone else, join us next week on Wednesday. We will be here with a new discussion, new topic. And we appreciate it. And hit that like and thumbs up on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't. And other than that, we'll see you. Also, well, Will might be here next week if he wants to be. I mean, he doesn't have to be. He can. I mean, he wants to be a fixture here. But other than that, we'll see you next week. Have fun, everyone.
Thanks, man.
Yes. Quack.